Going on YouTube, it's John Muro here with another video. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I've got some important news for you today, things that are going on that have really got me worried, and I thought you might want to know about it too. And I'm also going to give you some information on what President Biden said last night that was really inspiring, things that kind of sounded really good. So I wanted to share that video with you and also tell you that I think he does have a plan, and I'm hoping that he can make it happen. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, if you don't mind doing that for us, we're trying to hit our 60,000 subscriber goal, and you guys are the best viewers in the world. We know that we can make it happen, and as saying thank you, we're going to do a huge giveaway for 3 lucky subscribers. The information will be down in the description below. But guys, check out this video and tell me if you feel inspired after hearing him speak. I heard a lot of good things, and you know, it sounded really good, but I'm hoping that he has a plan that he can put into action and get things moving. I mean, it sounds like it, but you know, it's always a battle. So I'm hoping they can get something figured out, because people need help now, not next year. They need it now. There's no reason why checks shouldn't be sent out. So let's check out this video right quick.
I don't need to remind you the situation you all inherited in 2020. The pain, the disruption, the stress of your local budgets requiring you to lay off cops, firefighters, teachers. So many people lost their jobs. And to remember the lines of cars stretching for miles in your communities, with families just waiting for a box of food to be put in the back seat of the trunk. Because of this law, we were able to help 41 million Americans put food on the table for the better part of a year. Because of this law, we helped keep a roof over 4 million people's heads. And it gave families what my dad would call just a little bit of breathing room in a tough time. And it worked. Because we took action, America added 6.7 million jobs last year. More jobs created in 1 year than ever before in American history. And hadn't stopped. We're now well over 7 million jobs, 678,000 just last month. The unemployment rate is down to 3.8%. The economy grew at 5.7% last year. The strongest growth in 4 decades. The leading financial team on Wall Street, Moody's, estimated that because of the rescue plan, 4 million more jobs were created, and unemployment is lower by 2% than it would have been had we failed to act. 1 year after signing this law, our cities, our towns, and our rural communities are roaring back. Before this law, state and local governments were still down more than 1 million jobs from before the pandemic. 1 year later, we had at least 1 year of state and local job growth, the largest in 20 years, adding 467,000 jobs. Educators, firefighters, police officers back on the job. Before this law, fewer than half our schools were open, putting an extraordinary strain on parents and teachers and students. 1 year later, more than 99% of our schools are open, and kids are back in the classroom. And folks, we just had the strongest year of hiring teachers and educators on record. But there's more to the story than that. America has had many recoveries in the past. But underneath those recoveries, there's also been a lot of lasting pain. Lots of folks never get back on their feet when they're knocked down so badly. And a whole lot of young people saw their futures dimmed from the previous recession. They never got back on their feet. It's what economists call economic scarring. Chronic pain when the economy comes back, but some folks are still left behind. Trapped in long-term unemployment, eviction and foreclosure. Research shows that when you're stuck in that cycle, it has the worst impact on your emotional health than the loss of a family member, which sounds excessive, but it's true. And it's serious. So when I came to office, in the midst of this crisis, I was determined not to let that happen again. This time around, the American Rescue Plan, we made a choice to bring everyone along, every single person in America. So not only has the unemployment rate dropped at a record pace, we've also seen the biggest drop in long-term unemployment ever recorded in a 12-month span. Nearly 2.5 million people breaking out of that cycle of long-term unemployment and depression. Black unemployment fell by more than 30%. Hispanic unemployment fell from nearly 9% to 4.4%, the fastest drop ever recorded. And we've seen something we should be doing again, but I'm having trouble getting it passed again, and that is the child tax credit. The lowest child poverty rate projected in 40 years, a 40-year decline. Folks, we also have the lowest number of home foreclosures ever recorded, a record low of credit card delinquencies because families had more money in their pockets. The list goes on, but you all know it better than I do. A big part of the reason we're so successful is because the rescue plan went directly to you without having to pass go, without having to go to the State House.
All right, guys, what did you think about that video? Did you hear any good things? Do you believe in President Joe Biden? Let me know your comments down below if this guy is the one who's going to help us through these hard times, or do you feel like he's not doing his job? All this can be discussed in the comments, and I'll definitely be commenting with you guys. So I've had some things that worried me. I came across something last night, and it was China expressing some openness to providing military and financial aid to Russia. China, what are you doing? Do you not see the chaos that's going on in Ukraine? Do you not see everybody kind of sanctioning Russia? Why would you want to jump in and provide aid? That doesn't make any sense. So in this article, it just showed that China was expressing some openness to provide military support. Later on in the night, it said that China has already decided to send economic aid to Russia and Ukraine. I mean, this is insane. This is why I wanted you guys to know about this, because it worries me. If you go in your house, I guarantee you 50+% of things that you have in your house come from where? They come from China. So why are we going to have battles with the one country who we get a lot of stuff from? I mean, I know they had a little showdown with Trump, but what are we going to do in this case if they team up with Russia? Are we going to go into a World War III, us and everybody versus Russia and China? Come on, I mean, this is not the route that we need to go. But here is something interesting that I came across. This is what was said. If China does back Russia in its showdown with the West, then here's what Biden's going to do. He's going to shift his focus to persuade allies in Europe, particularly to rethink their relationships with Beijing. Yes, that's smart. Let's rethink our relationship with the one country who we get a ton of stuff from, and let's just have a battle with them. Man, that only makes things worse, because the first thing that came to my mind, and y'all can tell me, was inflation. We're already struggling with high prices. That sanction or making it harder with China is just going to make it even worse. So guys, let me know what you feel about this, because China is stepping in to do something that, according to this article, they've already made up their mind. They're going to help them. So where does that leave us? What do you think as a viewer, as an American in the United States? What should our next move be? Let us know down in the comments below. The United States believes that the key here is a careful process of a dialogue and discussion with Europe about what China is revealing about its global policies and priorities. Our goal basically is to carefully engage China, let the Europeans know what we're doing, and let this be clear. If China is going to move in that direction, so be it. Yeah, I wouldn't play with that fire. If they move in that direction, guess who is going to hurt? When I say all this stuff that I'm saying, who is it going to hurt? Is it going to help those in Congress? Is it going to hurt those that are high leadership making all that money? No, it's going to hurt the average American in the United States. That's why I wanted to bring it to your attention so you guys know what's going on. Somebody has to let the people know what is going on. This is crazy. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. The Democrats, they plan to unveil for new quarterly stimulus checks. They talked about this, and I brought it to your attention March 10th when it first came out. But look, guys, just to be legit, March 15th, today, this came out again that they're trying to provide quarterly stimulus checks. For who? For everybody. This isn't just to a particular group, but those of a low income, those that are struggling, those that are seniors, Social Security. Everyone that needs help will get the help that they need. Everybody who is struggling right now, this is why they're trying to send out these stimulus checks. And to be honest, I'm glad that they're trying to do something. Now, whether they do it or not, no one knows for sure because it's always a battle. I had a guy comment, said, man, they acting like 2-year-olds. Why can't they just come together and work together as a team? That is so true. Everybody needs to understand what situation we're in right now. We're going through a crazy inflation. The gas prices are insane. People are struggling to make ends meet. Stop the bickering. Stop the fighting. Let's get on the same page and let's do our job. Don't you agree? Tell me that they shouldn't be doing their job. Tell me that they need to come together and make something happen for the American people, because I'm going to be honest, it don't look like they're suffering too much, but I can tell you who is suffering. It's everybody else suffering. People that are having to put gas and try to put food on the table, trying to pay for the gas to go to work. I mean, come on, that's who's struggling. But for those of a low income, they're going to try to get everyone out a pretty good stimulus check. And, you know, this is what Americans are needing. They're needing some relief, they're needing some help, and they're trying to get things going. So that is definitely some positive news, guys. I know that it's time for more stimulus checks because, you know what? These gas prices are just hurting everybody, and it is time for more stimulus checks. They're talking about $1,100 that they would be sending out to help out the American people who are hurting. So I'm hoping, guys, hope is up. People say, I've heard this before. They keep saying that they're going to send, and I don't see nothing. Can I tell you something, guys? We can only tell you the information that is coming out. Know my heart that I want to help you guys out. I want the best for everybody. So when this information like this comes along, guess what? I'm going to tell you about it in hopes that they do get it passed, in hopes that they do make something happen, because it's going to help you out. So please bear with me. Please help me out. Please help this channel out. We're going to do everything we can to bring you updated information. Guys, I care about y'all, and I thank you so much for the time that you take to watch our channel, watch the videos, and also comment, subscribe. It just means so much to us. But all right, guys, that's all I have for you right now. I have a video coming soon. Always know that we're doing our best to help you and your family, to bring you news, most up-to-date news that's going on, news that's still going on, because even though this was the 9th, they're still trying to get this passed because they're trying to get a stimulus checks based because of these gas prices. And this one shows you today, which was March the 15th. So there's two correlate. They're both together. One's a little older, but they still trying to do the same thing, accomplish the same goal. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that so we can keep bringing you news. Thank you so much for watching. All this information is down in the link below. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace.